A new partnership between OpenAI and Reddit aims to do just that. Shares in Reddit jumped on the news, up some 10%. OpenAI will gain access to the content generated by millions of people on social media company and will get access to AI technology. At the same time, a recent report from Boston Consulting, BCG, found that consumers are both excited and concerned about AI. Companies will need to get a detailed strategy to use the new technology in ways that generates profits. Rich Lesser is the global chair of BCG, joins me now. You were listening, I'm sure, carefully to Dario Gil and the way in which quantum is being put into it and the way in which companies access. I mean, we've got two good examples today. You've got the way companies access the quantum, and you've got these deals like with AI and Reddit. This is what your clients are doing.
I think you're exactly right, Richard. If last year was a year to, experiment with the technology, this year is a year about focusing on how to translate it into business value. And we are so excited across a wide range of topics, how companies are really finding that you can actually drive real business value out of it, not just, have a really nifty technology, for pilots and investor shows.
So do you have to spend quite a bit of time coming up with the return on capital and the return on investment proposals when companies are doing this to prove that the productivity gains of spending that money will be worth it?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things we're constantly encouraging our clients is start with what are the outcomes at scale that if you could really deploy them would fundamentally drive business value. It doesn't always have to be just financial. It could be a much better customer experience, a more personalized experience. It could be ways to accelerate R&D productivity, to build better molecules or accelerate clinical development trials. But to really start with what are the outcomes at scale that can make a difference and focus efforts, because the companies that focus on 1,000 flowers bloom kind of philosophies often get really interesting pilots, but they don't really get impact.
Right. Now, one of the stories around today relevant to what we're talking about is one of the top people at OpenAI who's left, Yann LeCun, and he's given a whole load of tweets, or X's or whatever we call them now. But his disgruntlement with his company is one thing, and we're not going to get into that. But he does say, building smarter than human machines is inherently dangerous endeavor. We need to be getting a better bandwidth on models, security, monitoring, confidentiality, and societal impact. Now, in your role, how do you navigate that very narrow line to get people to use it, but relevant to what these other people are saying?
First of all, I really agree. And we spend a lot of time talking to clients about what responsible AI means and how they think about what capabilities they develop, how they deploy them, how they monitor them, how it's CEO-driven responsible AI, not the technology department's driven responsible AI. You have to cascade this into multiple functions and across the business. At the same time, at least the situations we're seeing, it's not about having smarter than humans at this stage. Maybe that will come someday. It's about taking a lot of the tasks that are massively time consuming, putting together huge reports to do a clinical trial protocol, taking 10 days to do a claims processing when with AI, you can do it in 1 day, or at least all the documentation parts of it. We're finding there are applications like that are available today that can drive that. And we're seeing it really translate into business value.
Fascinating. Thank you very much, sir. I'm glad to have you with us today. Thank you.